Good day, everyone. We have this research title. This is our research title, Investigating Students' Short Span of Attention and Its Impact on Their Academic Performance. This study, it investigates the increasingly issue of students having a short span of attention, recognizes and systematically analyzes its measurable impact on their academic performance across various educational settings. So we investigate this issue because as we observe in our field that some students are not paying attention, some students are having a short span of attention. So this study explores specific pedagogical practices that develop practical strategies and classroom techniques that can help improve focus of the students. Like we explore some strategies and classroom techniques to improve the students' focus. So we all know that the modern world is full of many things fighting for our attention and digital distraction, which has brought the issue of student attention span to forefront of pedagogical concern. So this research is highly pertinent in the current educational climate, like moving beyond its simple acknowledgement of distraction to a systematic analysis of its consequences, and it go through into a critical relationship between the ability of students to sustain focus for necessary periods and their subsequent academic outcomes. Student span of attention are getting shorter these days. This phenomenon creates a significant challenge in classroom where sustained focus on complex material is necessary for deep learning. So as we observe in our classroom setting during our observation, as I observed, some students are participating but many are not. And for me, it's their nature that they cannot focus that much on discussion, especially if the discussion or in the way of teaching of teacher is traditional way. And as I observe, some students like they focus more on the things that entertain them or makes them alive. And I understand or I get that some students are not focusing or paying attention to some discussion because they find the discussion quite boring. So the primary purpose of this study is to investigate and systematically analyze the relationship between students' short span of attention and its impact on their academic performances. So we all know that if students are not paying attention that much on the discussion, it might affect their academic performances. Like their academic performances might be poor as they are not paying that attention to classroom setting. And in this research, as we gather some information in the internet, like we gather some methods to conduct for this research and to investigate the relationship between students' short span of attention to their academic performances. Like many recommended methods or practices or classroom techniques to be conducted so that the students can focus more or it can improve more their focus to the discussion or classroom setting. So there are recommended of chunking the lesson or making it more interactive. Like we gather some methods in the internet of having the practices to be conducted in the classroom setting. And as in that day where I perform my demonstration and my activity, I conducted some interactive activity where they interact, where they enjoy the activity. And as I observe when conducting that activity, everyone is paying attention. Like everyone is participating to the activity. So I realized that students just need more hands-on activities that can make their academic performance improve in way of conducting an interactive activity like gameplay activity that is connected also or still connected to their lesson. As we observe the students in the classroom settings during our class observation, some students are participating, paying attention to the discussion, but many students are not. And we brought this issue what if we studied this issue of classroom setting, like why some students are not paying attention to the teacher. We find it like it's their nature that they cannot focus that much, especially that because they are in the seventh grade, or their nature is kind of focus more on playing, like they focus more on the things that entertain them or make them alive. And we brought these issues being studied for us to know the some techniques or classroom techniques or practices that can improve their focus in the classroom setting.
The findings and analysis of our research shows a significant negative relationship between short attention span and academic performance. Students with attention spans of less than 15 minutes had lower grades, especially in subjects requiring problem solving and reading. Digital devices and environmental distractions cause frequent attention lapses. However, active learning strategies help improve student engagement and focus. Conclusion and recommendations of our research is the study concludes that short attention span has a clear negative impact on students' academic performance. Digital distractions play a major role in reducing focus. It is recommended that teachers use shorter, interactive lessons, incorporate active learning strategies, and provide breaks. Schools should also help students develop self-regulation skills and responsible digital habits. In our reflection, this study helped the researcher understand that students struggle with focus not because they do not care about learning, but because of many distractions around them. It highlights the importance of using engaging and student-centered teaching methods. Overall, the research contributed to personal growth as a future teacher by promoting patience, creativity, and understanding of students' needs.